Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care and relationships. And as always, I'm your host, Candy Washington, and I am so honored to help you lead a more joyful life. So before we dive into today's episode, which is how to recreate yourself, reinvent who you are, and just glow up in general, if you need additional support and some one-on-one coaching, go ahead and click some time with me. You can also grab our Create Your Dream Life course, or you can get for free our 3-part Art of Self-Love Masterclass, or you can pick up the Journal to Self-Love Journal, which is a really great companion guide. Oh, and don't forget to join our free Facebook VIP group. It's free right now, so go ahead and join us while you can. All right, so with that, let's dive in. Oh, I also forgot. Since you're here, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and share this with a friend and like the video. It really helps with spreading the love. So with that, now let's dive in. So usually we want to recreate ourselves or reinvent who we are after some big change. Like if you went through a breakup, or if you left a job, or if you've moved or had some milestone, maybe it's a milestone birthday or something that's happened. Usually around those big moments, we want to reinvent ourselves. We want to recreate who we are. But there's also times where we just feel like you're ready for a change. It doesn't even have to be something that has happened outside of us. We just inside feel like there's more for us. We want something different for ourselves. And you're just ready to step into the next version of who you're meant to be. So if that is you, then you are in the right place, because I'm going to walk you through a couple of steps on how to recreate yourself, glow up from the inside out, and also just reinvent who you are, because why not? And if you have any questions, be sure to just put them in the comment box. Let me know what your questions and your comments are. And yeah, let's dive in. So the first thing that you want to do when it comes to recreating yourself is take an inventory of where you are now. So get out your journal, dictate it if you want. If you don't want to write, you can always just, open up your phone and do an app that you can speak to and just get it out. The whole purpose of the exercise is just to get the awareness of, where am I now? Because you have to know where you are in order to know the best way to get to where you're going. That way you feel empowered. That way you have the awareness. And that way you kind of have a starting point blueprint. Think about your GPS system, right? You put in starting point and then you put in destination. So you have to know, what is my starting point? Where am I now? And sometimes we can get resistance with this, because it can be difficult sometimes to look at where we are if we're not happy or if we're not feeling fulfilled, and we kind of don't want to face where we are, but it's worth doing it. Let go of any shame or blame or guilt or not feeling comfortable. Just realize that's just a part of the journey and it's okay. So what you want to do as your first step is take an inventory of who you are. Hey, Baka! Yes, loving the back-to-back video. We're going to have a lot of back-to-back videos today. Yes, yes. Okay. So what you want to do is take that inventory of where you are right now. You want to write down, what do you dislike and what do you want to change? So maybe you want to reinvent yourself holistically, like you're ready for a full life makeover, career, money, love, body, finances, whatever. Then for each bucket, you can write down, what do you dislike and what do you want to change? Or if you just want to reinvent yourself in one aspect of your life, like maybe you're killing it in your career, but your love life isn't where it wants to be. So you can do it just for your love life, or vice versa. Maybe you have a great relationship, but you really want to work on your finances or your health or whatever the case is, right? So for whatever it is that you currently want to reinvent yourself, to me, I like doing it holistically because I want to do like a whole glow up. I want the whole package glow up, right? And I just sort of look at it in general of where am I in my life right now? What don't I like and what do I want to change? The second part of this, and this is the part that some people miss, but this is a very, very important part, especially when it comes to your mindset and especially when it comes to perseverance. The second part of this is that you want to write out about where you are right now. What are the things that you do like, and what are the things that is working well for you? What do you currently like and appreciate about your life? So you don't want to just focus on, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I want to change this, I want to change that, this isn't working. You want a holistic view of your life because there has to be something that is working. There has to be something that you like and something that you can show appreciation to, something that you want to continue being, doing, or having. So it's not this big, daunting, negative thing where you just kind of do a negative dump of all the things you don't like and that's not working in your life. You want to do a complete holistic view of your life. What's working? What do you want to change? And what do you appreciate? And what's going well? And what do you like? And that's a really good companion piece to the things that you don't like and the things that you want to change. And it gives you a healthier perspective of your life. And it gives you just more of a better vibe and a better feeling. Anytime you show appreciation, you get more of what you appreciate. And you can actually then show gratitude for your life. And you kind of have the perspective of, you know what, I'm consciously going to recreate myself. I'm consciously glowing up. But at the end of the day, like, I'm good. I'm good and it's okay. So I think really having that piece where you show the appreciation and what is working in your life is really important. And sometimes people don't do that aspect. They just think, oh, I need to create myself and my life. Let me just focus on the bad without appreciating the good. Okay, so after you have that inventory of what you want to change and dislike, also coupled with what is working, what you like, what you're appreciating, the next thing I want you to do is to envision your ideal day. Write down or dictate to yourself, whatever it is, what does your ideal day look like in the version of yourself that you're creating? What does that day look like? What time do you wake up? What job do you have? Where are you living? What do you eat? What is your lifestyle? Where do you go to dinner? Are you working out? Are you confident? Are you happy? Like, what does your ideal day look like? Do you have a lot of free time and you're just going to museums, or, are you spending time with your children? What does your ideal day look like? Like, really envision it and really write it out in specific detail. And then this is giving you that destination. You know how you talked about that GPS? So we did the starting point and now we're doing the destination point. So we know where we're starting from, what's working, what's not working. And now we have the destination. What does that ideal day in your life look like? That is where you're headed. So now we can create the blueprint to get from starting point to ending point. And then you can also do additional things if you want. As you go, you can say, where do you want to be in 2 years from now? Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? And the trick when you're doing all of these exercises, your ideal day and then future vision of like 2 years or 5 years, however you want to do it, you really want to figure out, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel in your life? Do you want to feel secure? Do you want to feel supported? Do you want to feel protected? Do you want to feel free? Do you want to feel relieved? Do you want to feel confident, sexy, attractive? Do you want to feel wealthy? Do you want to feel whatever, right? How does the next version of you feel? And you want to get into that feeling space. And then you also want to think about, how would you like to be as a person? Do you want to be a person who's responsible? Do you want to be a person who is self-assured? Do you want to be a person who takes care of others while taking care of themselves? Do you want to be a person who has, great health, great mental stability, great finances? How do you want to be as a person? What do you want your essence to be like? And how do you want to feel as that person? And then what does that actually look like? So now you know where you're starting, and now you know where you're going and what that feels like, because that feeling will then be your guiding system for what you then do next to get from where you are to where you want to be. After that, the next thing I would do is I would take an inventory of your thoughts. Take an inventory of your thoughts and your feelings. So now that you know where you are and where you want to be, take an inventory of your thoughts. And if your thoughts do not reflect the end destination, then you need to start changing your thoughts. You need to start saying things like, if you want to have more money in your life, if you want to have more love, more health, you need to start saying now, oh, I am so wealthy. I love always having more money than I need. Or I am so loved and I'm so secure in who I am. I love how easily committed to I am, or just have like different inner conversations with yourself. Again, these are inner conversations. We're not going to people in the world outside of you and being like, I'm married, when you're not. Like, no, we're not being delusional. We're not lying. We're not saying this to other people. This is all an inner game. This is all an internal shift. This is all changing who you be so then you can become who you be. Okay? This is an inner game. This isn't lying or delusion or faking it or or frauding it or any of that stuff. No. This is all an inner game. When you think about yourself, when you talk to yourself, make sure your thoughts and feelings are aligned with that destination version of you. Because before you can get to that destination, you have to be it internally. But as long as you're thinking thoughts and feeling feelings and reacting from the place of the old version of you, that is where you'll be. That is where you'll stay stuck. Because you have to do something differently in order to get somewhere differently, in order to get a different result. If you stay stuck in the same mindset of, this is how it always is, this is how things work out for me, no one ever commits to me, I never have enough money, blah, I'll never get healthy. The thoughts you have been thinking have created your current reality. So if you want a different reality, if you want to create a different version of yourself, if you want to reinvent who you are, if you want different results in your life, you have to do something differently. And the doing is just changing your being, changing who you be inside, changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, changing your reactions. What I mean by that is your thoughts. What do you actually think? The inner dialogues. Start affirming in your life that you're confident, that you're healthy, that you're successful, that you're worthy, that you're good enough, that miracles happen for you every day. Everything is always working out in your favor. Wow, look how quickly I changed my life. Wow, look how quickly things worked out for me. Wow, look how quickly my luck changed. Look how quickly this came to pass, right? That's what I mean by thoughts. Changing your feeling state. Okay, so when you realize that you are low vibe or you're not feeling good, you acknowledge and accept how you feel, because we're not ever going to numb ourselves or deny ourselves or not validate ourselves. So if you realize, something's happened or you're just in a bad mood or something, whatever, you validate yourself, right? Okay, I feel like this. What can I do in this moment to feel a little bit better? Because your feeling state matters. If something good happens or if something bad happens, if you are feeling low, the way you experience it is very different than if you're feeling high, if you're feeling good about yourself, if you're in a higher vibration, right? So when you get in those feeling moments, think, okay, I accept where I feel. This is how I feel. I accept it. I validate it. But what can I do in this moment to feel a little bit better? Maybe I stop thinking about whatever situation or person or issue is making me feel bad, and I go and make a list of 5 things I can appreciate. Or maybe I look around and I say, wow, what a beautiful day it is. The sun is shining. The air is crisp. I'm alive. I have a beautiful family, or I have beautiful friends, or wow, I can go and just appreciate the trees right now, or whatever the case is. What is in my control in this moment that I can focus on to make myself neutralized and then to feel better? Because your feeling state matters. Your thoughts, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, your thoughts matter the most, your feelings matter second. That's kind of how I think of it. Your thoughts are the most important thing, but your feelings are also really, really important. One thought that I always think is, everything is always working out in my favor no matter what. Or everything is always working out in my favor regardless of how I feel. That way I put my thoughts, I put who I be in a more powerful position than any external circumstances or any internal circumstances, which is how I feel, right? Because I know that my essence, I know my higher self, I know the power that lives within me is greater than my feelings. It's greater than my feelings. So I could not feel good and I still know everything is always working out in my favor. Or I could feel great and know everything is still working out in my favor. But I'd rather feel good. I'd rather feel great. I'd rather enjoy the process. So that's one thing that I think to myself. No matter what, everything is always working out in my favor. No matter how I feel, I'm always attracting the highest good for me, no matter what. Right? Because who I am, who I be, my divinity, my power is more powerful and is greater than my feelings. But I want to feel good. That is my choice. Okay? So after you've taken that inventory of your thoughts and your feelings, if your thoughts are not in alignment with the destination version of you, get some affirmations that are. And when you start having the thoughts, and this is where having a loving mental lifestyle comes into play. This is where being mindful of how you think and how you feel comes into play. When you are mindful and aware that your thoughts are not in alignment with the version of you that you are becoming, that you are creating, you have your affirmations in place that you can now say instead. So if you get those thoughts of, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm not good enough, I'm broke, I'm ugly, I'm this or that, my mom said I'd never make it, or whatever is going on in your head, you have your default affirmations. I am enough. I am worthy. Everything is always working out for me. Of course I'm changing my life. Wow, isn't it wonderful how quickly everything turned around for me? Wow, isn't it wonderful how much money always flows into my bank account? You know what? I am so blessed and highly favored. Only high quality people like to commit to me. Isn't it wonderful I'm in such a great relationship? Isn't it wonderful knowing that there's nothing that I need to do to be worthy of love and abundance and money? Wow, look at how confident I am. I love being so confident. I am so secure in my own skin. Whatever the situation is, right? You have your default affirmations that you are now using to let go of those negative beliefs and to empower yourself to step into the feeling being state of the version of you that you are creating. So when your thoughts and your feelings are in that start mode, old you have your affirmations and you have what you can do to feel better based upon the destination you, right? Okay. That's why I'm still using that GPS analogy. So that's what you want to do with that. The third is you want to visualize being in your ideal state, being in the ideal version of you. You can do this before bed. You can do it when you wake up in the morning. You can do it throughout your day. You don't have to sit there for hours, lost in a visualization, but it's really powerful if you take some moments to, quiet the mind and just really have an imaginal act of, for example, if you want more money in your life, create an imaginal act in your own mind, in your own imagination of something that would represent that. Maybe it's having an American Express black card with your name on it. To you, that means you have financial freedom or you have X amount of money in the bank or whatever it is. Get into your imagination and see yourself having it, feeling it, and smelling it, right? And just knowing what that feels like. Do that a couple times a day. If it's You want a relationship. That's the next version of you, is someone who is married or is in a healthy relationship and is thriving and is loved and is chosen. Maybe you just sit there and you just imagine yourself with that ring on your finger and you feel that ring on your finger, what that means. Or you received, a dozen roses and a love letter, because to you, you know what that symbolizes. And just get in that feeling state. And the trick here, there's two tricks when it comes to visualization. The first trick is you're not beholden to that actual imaginal act. You're not beholden to like that actual thing coming to pass, because that symbolizes the version of you that you're becoming. So you don't want to have all this pressure and trying to control and manipulate getting that particular version to happen. That is just symbolizing to you. That's impressing upon your subconscious mind the person you are becoming. And then the second part is, don't let go of that feeling. So if you are in your imaginal act, if you're visualizing and you have in your mind this beautiful scene that symbolizes you being, wealthy, or you being loved, or you being healthy, or whatever it is, and then you come out of it and you let it go and you go back to those, I'm not good enough, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm thin, I'm whatever, blah, 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 whatever those limiting beliefs are, then you've lost that momentum and you've lost that power, that creation power of visualizing it. So you want to hold on to that feeling of, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am secure, I am confident, I am healthy, I am radiant, I am thriving, I am a winner, I'm a champion. Whatever it is, you want to hold on to that feeling. And then from that place energetically, that's how you now want to show up in the world. So don't do the visualization and feel immersed in it. And then when you open your eyes, you just go back to old thought patterns, old behavior, old feeling. No, you want to stay in it. You want to stay immersed in that feeling state. That's the power of visualization, right? You're impressing upon the subconscious mind this imaginal act that is reflective of the version of you that you're becoming, of what you want to be, do, and have. The third is make a plan of action, right? Faith without works is dead. You want to make a plan of action. So you want to identify what the goal is, and maybe do one goal at a time, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to make a plan of action that you can actually stick to. Because a lot of times we get really excited, think about the new year, right? Where everyone's like, we're going to make money, lose weight, blah, blah, blah. And you want to do all these 15 million different things to make this big old change. And then you get frustrated, you get overwhelmed, and then you stay stuck and you quit. So let's do little things that we can stick to get to our goal. So maybe the goal is you want to really get in shape, right? You want to really get in shape. And by get in shape, I don't mean lose a ton of weight to be hot. I mean, you just want to have a healthy body. You want to feel comfortable in your skin. You want to feel strong. You want to feel radiant. You just want to be healthy, right? Maybe that's your goal. So create that goal, identify what the goal is, and then you want to write out micro goals or small little things that you can do daily, or maybe one that's might be a scotch bigger weekly, but you really want to start out, what can your daily habits be that are in alignment to reaching that goal? So if your goal is to get healthy, right, maybe your daily habits are drinking 3 liters of water, drinking 1 green smoothie, moving your body for 30 minutes, getting in 10K steps or whatever it is, making sure that half your plate is veggies and eating the half of the plate of veggies, whatever it is. But what are the small things that you can do daily? Because if you do those things daily, if you, move your body for 30 to 60 minutes a day, if you're drinking a lot of water, if you're eating vegetables, if you're drinking the smoothies, day after day after day after day, that is going to get you big, sustainable results. After a month, imagine. After 2 months, imagine. After 3 months, imagine. And then it becomes incorporated into your daily lifestyle. And your habits become a lifestyle. And your lifestyle is who you are. So you want to really start with the small things that you can do on a daily basis. I'll tell you one thing I do on a daily basis. This might sound really, I don't know, weird or like a given or like a duh. But again, it's always individual to each people. So one thing for me is I want to live a very clean, luxurious, successful life. And what I mean by that, I'm not tying in a number. I'm not talking about money, right? Sometimes when we think of luxury, sometimes when we think of decadence or things like that, people always think it's just tied to like money. But I don't mean money when I say that. To me, when I think of like a clean, luxurious, life, to me, it's really the simplicity. It's the cleanliness. It's the space. It's the energy. It's the vibe. So every day when I want to have that, clean, simple, luxurious lifestyle, every day I make sure I make my bed. Every day I make sure to like have my celery juice. I had started to wear like really like frumpy pajamas all day, especially during the lockdown and everything. And that kind of became a habit. But then I started being like, no, I have to start, putting on a little bit of makeup, straightening my hair a little bit, wearing, cooler pajamas or getting dressed throughout the day. Just like the little things, right? The little things that energetically reflect the lifestyle, the person, the version of me that I'm creating. And it doesn't have to be big money things. It doesn't have to be these big ticketed things. It's just the little tiny things every day that you are showing yourself, that you are gaining momentum, that are in alignment with the version of you that you are consciously creating for yourself and a lifestyle that you want to have, that add up over time to big changes. Reading every day, the simple things like that. If it's finances, what if you saved $1 a day? Or what if you, set up a savings account or a stock portfolio and just did little tiny increments? Or if every day, you applied to one job. At the end of the month, that's 30 jobs you applied to. Or you pitched, one new client a day. At the end of the month, that's 30 new client pitches. If it's starting the business, what if every day you did one tweet, one Instagram post? If you did one live or whatever, doing one a day is a lot, but you could stack them, or whatever it is, but you're putting out the content every day. Do a couple of small things every day, and that will make a big change. The trick is making sure that those small things are in alignment with the version of you that you are becoming and that you are thinking and you are feeling from an energetic level from the place of who you are becoming. So you be that person, regardless of what's happening outside of you. Even if you think you're not getting any change, even if you don't think you're getting any momentum, it's working. Change is coming. It is working. The only thing is, don't quit, don't give up, and don't stop. Don't feel discouraged. Think about losing weight. You can exercise and eat right for days and sometimes months, and you're like, it's not working. And then one day, boom, you kind of realized, oh my God, my body has changed. The weight has come off. The muscles are here. It's toned. Like, whoa, what happened? Think about a skincare routine. You're taking care of your skin. And you're like, I don't see any results. Like nothing's really changing. And then one day you look and you're like, wow, my skin is bomb. My skin is clear. My skin is clean. Or maybe you're, saving a little bit. And you're like, oh, I'm still not getting where I want to be, or I'm not generating more money. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I've saved this amount, or my investments made this amount of interest, or wow, I'm in such a better place. It's the little things over time that matter. Do less more often for the biggest, most impactful results. Having that mindset of knowing, regardless of what I see, I know that if energetically I'm thinking thoughts from that place, I'm feeling feelings from that place, I am taking inspired action from that place, it is guaranteed to change. It is guaranteed to show up for me. And the only thing that will stop it is me. If I give up too soon, if I stop too soon, if I let the doubt sabotage me too soon. But keep going. Keep going. Give yourself grace. If there are days where you Maybe you're on your health journey and there's a day where you didn't go for the run, or you didn't go for the jog, or you didn't eat a smoothie. That's okay. Forgive yourself, let it go, start tomorrow. But don't let it snowball. Don't let it trickle effect. Don't let, oh, you forgot today. Well, I might as well just forget tomorrow. Oh, well, I skipped 2 days, you know what, just forget it. And then you fall back into the old habits. Once you fall back into your old habits, then that means you're falling back into your old self. Your new habits will inevitably create the new version of you. But if you slip back into your old habits, you are guaranteed to slip back into the old version of you. So even if you miss a day, even if you miss 2 days, even if you miss 3 days, begin again. Begin again, because you are worth it. And you don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to be a machine at it. You don't need, sometimes people have that clickbait, fast results, 21 days, 3 weeks, overnight. No. This is your life, and you're creating a lifestyle. Results can come very quickly. There's no need to have a limiting belief that it has to be hard, that it has to take a long time, that, progress is painful. You don't have to believe that. You can believe my results happen quickly. Wow, isn't it wonderful how easily and effortlessly everything fell into place for me, right? You can affirm for quick results. You can affirm that it's easy and it's effortless. I think you should. I do. But the trick is, when you are faced with things that maybe it's not happening as quickly as you think, or as quickly as you want, or as quickly as you've been affirming for, to not give up, to not think that it's not working, nothing's changing, I'm going to stay stuck forever, this is taking too long. How long is too long to live a better life? How long is too long to get the wealth that you deserve, to get the love that you deserve, to get the health that you deserve? And you deserve it. You deserve to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and whole, and all of the things. So how long is too long to not be, do, and have everything that you are worthy and deserving of having? So be careful with this fast, overnight, instant, 3 days, 1 week, 7 days, 21 days, whatever, right? Because a lot of times we want to change on these timelines because there's a part of us that don't believe it's true. We're anxious. Or there's still a part of us that thinks we have to get it in order to be worthy and deserving of it. It's very backwards. It's like I have to get money to be worthy of money. But the truth is, you have to know that you're worthy of money to get money. I need to get someone to love me in order to know that I'm worthy of love. It's backwards. I am already worthy of love. Therefore, of course, everyone loves me. Some people, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think I have to get successful, I have to get money, then I'll be worthy and deserving of success, of validation, of blah, 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 blah. It already comes from within. So a lot of times we want to manifest, or we want to transform, or we want to get quickly on a timeline because there's a hole in us that believes we need to get it in order to be worthy of it. But once you know you're worthy of it, that's when you actually get it. So give yourself grace, make it a lifestyle. Don't give up on yourself. You're worthy of it. And start to create a life for yourself. Start to create a version of yourself that you are called to be. The fifth thing is accountability. Accountability. So now that we have this plan of action, right? We have the small little steps that we're going to take for whatever goal, whether the goal is money or say the goal is love. Maybe you're setting up for the apps. Maybe you're asking your friends to set you up with people. Maybe you're doing speed dating. Maybe you're working on your self-esteem. Maybe you're working on your self-concept. Maybe you're working on your worthiness, right? To me, that's all tied into romantic love or whatever it is, right? So now that we have our plan of action, keep yourself accountable. Get an accountability buddy, get a friend who maybe they're on the same health journey, or maybe they're on a different journey, but you guys can check in once a week and be like, hey, did you do your action steps? How are you on your journey? They can, boost you. Oh, I forgot to do it on Friday. That's okay, girl. Do it today. Keep going, right? Get someone who you know, like, and trust, who can pour into you and you can pour into them, and you can hold each other accountable. For me, one of the things I do to hold myself accountable whenever I'm doing a lifestyle shift is I like to write it out. So I write out, what my daily tasks are. Like, it's the morning. I need to do a celery juice, 3 liters of water, 60-minute activity, whatever it is. So then I feel satisfied when I check them off throughout the day or check them off at night. I really think, having a schedule or a calendar or some type of checklist can also help you be accountable. You can see it, you know what it is you need to do, and you get that little satisfaction bump when you check it off. That's a good way to hold yourself accountable. Another way is to create visual cues. Again, to the health example, maybe have your yoga mat out so you see your yoga mat, so you know to do your yoga exercises. Maybe you have your water bottles out so you know to drink the water, or your exercise clothes, laid out at the door, and your sneakers are there. So every time you see it, I got to go exercise, right? Or maybe it's finances, and maybe you have, dollar bills around, or $50 bills around, or $100 bills around, or you have, little sayings or whatever. So when you see it, you can reaffirm it. Every day I'm making more and more money. Every day large sums of money come to me. I'm making the best investments. Money is all around me. I'm so surrounded by abundance. Have those visual cues where you see them and it ignites something in you. It signals to you internally, got to go do this, or I have it. Look what's all around me. Have visual cues around you. A mood board is great, but you can also have visual cues around you to remind you of what your goal is, where you're going on your path, and that you can do it. If you can see it, you can do it. If you can see it, you can have it. If you can see it, you can be it. So have those visual cues around you. The next is, along with accountability, is be accountable for, the other thing is, you can also join a community group. There's Facebook groups that can do support. There's meetup groups that you can go to for support. There are so many different groups out there. There people have Patreon groups or YouTube groups. Find a group of people who are like-minded, who are positive, and they are, pouring into each other. They're not just sitting around talking about the old version of themselves and wallowing in the negative and telling bad stories and stuck in the old story. But people who are actually actively changing their lives. They're actively thinking better thoughts. They're actively feeling better feelings. They're actively taking action. They're holding each other accountable in a, compassionate way. Find a supportive community group that you can talk to and have community with on your journey, because you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself. So get that support too, and that will also keep you accountable. So other things we can do, the lifestyle choices, our friendship groups, and we talked about our daily habits, and maybe even like tiny wardrobe changes. Like, I know for me, we're getting into summer here, so I'm going to go through my wardrobe and I'm really going to pick through what are the things. And I know I'm honestly on YouTube, I just wear black kind of usually all the time, because I have like 20 black sweaters, 20 black turtlenecks, and it's just easy, and it's just, I like it. And I like the way I look on camera in black. So for that, I'll just keep that going. But in my like daily wardrobe, I'm going to go through my wardrobe and I'm going to, pick out, is this outfit in alignment with old me, or is this outfit in alignment with new me? What does the next version of me look like? What does she wear? How does she hold herself? How does she do her hair? How does she do her makeup? What is she, all that stuff. And it's not in a vain visual way where it's like, oh, what does she wear? It's in the same vein of being emotionally, energetically aligned with the next version, and then taking the tiny steps, daily habits to become that version. And your wardrobe is also a part of your visual cue. You feel different when you dress differently. People respond to you differently, right? Again, not in this vain way of you look this way, you have these things, or you're wearing something. It's just more of how you're choosing to show up, how you're choosing to take care of yourself, how you're choosing to look and feel, right? So you can even do like wardrobe, you can do hair, you can do makeup, you can do all of that stuff. These little tiny things. And again, it's not about money. It's not about, oh, I need to go out and buy name brand and logos to be my successful version of myself. No. But maybe you want to find clothes that really fit your body well. Maybe you want to upgrade just a little bit, Maybe you want to get a whole color palette together. So it's not about name brands and logos and how much money you're spending. It's just about investing in the next level of yourself. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's about showing yourself that you're worth it. And when you show yourself you're worth it, when you make how you look and how you feel and how you be a priority, when you invest in yourself based on the vision and the destination of where you're going, the world and everybody else has no choice but to show up that way for you. You deserve it. Yay, Vodka says, yes, I like that. It's important to think of the details. Oh, it's like that saying, the devil's in the details, right? It's so true. You have to think about the tiny details, the little things, because it's the little things that make your habits, and your habits create your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is your life. It's the style of life that you're living. So it's the little tiny things, and do less more often. Go for a walk every day. Drink the water every day. Invest, pitch, whatever it is. Go on a date, whatever it is. Do the little things. Do less more often, because that keeps you accountable. It keeps you from not getting overwhelmed. It's just an easier way to stay on course. So there you have it. Those are my guides. Those are my steps on how to recreate yourself and reinvent who you are. And of course, if you ever need any one-on-one guidance or one-on-one help, you can book some coaching with me. You can also pick up the Create Your Dream Life course. And we have the Self-Love Journal, which is a great companion piece. And we also have our Facebook group. Go ahead and join us, and so much more. And the Art of Self-Love Masterclass, that's a completely free masterclass. It's all linked below. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with a friend, also subscribe to the podcast, and reach out. If you ever have any questions, I am here for you. So until next time, everybody, take care of yourself and each other, and be well. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!